National University, Sudan, Faculty of Administrative Science. Good morning, my students. Today we will study one of the most important market structures in economics, perfect competition. By the end of today's lecture, you should be able to define perfect competition, explain its characteristics, understand why firms are called price takers, explain how firms maximize profit, identify different short-run outcomes, and solve simple numerical problems. Perfect competition is considered an ideal market structure, although it rarely exists exactly in reality. Economists use it as a benchmark to compare other markets. Let us begin. What is perfect competition? First, let us define perfect competition. Perfect competition is a market where there are many small firms selling exactly the same product. No single firm is large enough to influence the market price. Instead, the market price is determined by the interaction of total demand and total supply of all firms in the industry. Each individual firm simply accepts this market price. This is why we call these firms price takers. Let me ask you this question. Why do you think a wheat farmer cannot decide to double the price of wheat? Exactly because thousands of other farmers sell identical wheat. If one farmer increases the price, buyers simply purchase from another farmer. Therefore, individual firms have no market power. Let me take a simple example. Suppose one farmer produces wheat. The market price is $20 per bag. Can this farmer charge $30? No. Customers will buy from other farmers. Can the farmer reduce the price to $15? Yes. But that only reduces his own income because buyers were already willing to pay $20. Therefore, the farmer accepts the market price. Characteristics of perfect competition. Now let us discuss the characteristics one by one. Characteristic 1. Large number of buyers and sellers. There are thousands of firms of buyers. There are also thousands of sellers or firms. Each firm contributes only a tiny percentage of total market output. Therefore, no individual buyer or seller affects price. For example, think about vegetable farming. Imagine there are 50,000 farmers. If one farmer stops producing, will the market price change? No, because many other farmers continue producing vegetables. Can one grain farmer control the wallet price of wheat, for example? No. Let us come to characteristics 2. Homogeneous products. Homogeneous means identical. Every firm sells exactly the same product. There is no difference in quality, appearance, or function. Consumers cannot distinguish between sellers. Examples include rice, corn, sugar, fruits, vegetables, and others. A kilogram of rice from one farmer is considered the same as rice from another farmer. Therefore, consumers buy based mainly on price. Would bottled water from famous brands be considered homogeneous? Probably not. Different brands have different reputations. Therefore, bottled water markets are usually not perfectly competitive. 3. Free entry and exit. Any firm can enter the market. Any firm can leave the market. There are no legal or financial barriers. If firms earn high profits, new firms enter. Competition increases. Profits gradually fall. If firms make losses, some firms leave. Supply decreases. Prices recover. This process continues until firms earn only normal profit in the long run. Third, perfect information. Everyone knows everything about the market. Buyers know prices, quality, availability, and sellers know cost, market prices, and competitors. Nobody has an information advantage. Number 4, perfect mobility of resources. Labor and capital move freely. Workers can easily change jobs. Machines and financial resources can move to more profitable industries. Resources always move where returns are highest. Characteristic number 5, price takers. This is one of the most important concepts. Since firms cannot influence price, their demand curve is perfectly elastic. It means horizontal demand curve, a horizontal demand curve. Their demand curve is perfectly elastic. Let me show you this using a pen. This is the demand curve. It's horizontal. So this is price and this is quantity demanded in the perfect competition market. And their demand curve is horizontal. That means it's a horizontal line. If a firm charges even $1 above market price, customers buy nothing. Why is the firm's demand curve horizontal? Because it comes from the industry. This is the price in the market for the whole number of firms, and this is the quantity demanded. This is the supply curve, and this is the price taken from the market, and this is the demand curve for all firms in the market. So that is why firms in the perfect competition market are price takers, because they adopt the price prevail in the market. This means if a firm charges even $1 above market price, customers buy nothing, because they will shift to the other firms. Because consumers can buy identical products from many competitors. short-run equilibrium. Now let us discuss how firm decide how much to produce. In the short run, some factors are fixed. For example, factories cannot immediately become larger. However, firms can change production by using more labor or raw materials, while the machines are kept constant. Profit maximization rule. It's like this. Let me go back to the short run and the idea of the fixed and variable inputs, where the quantities produced is a function of, for example, capital, which means machines, and L, which means workers. So the capital is kept constant in the short run, because you are not going to purchase a new machine every day or every month, but you can change the number of workers if you want to increase the quantity produced. Now let us come to profit maximization rule. Every business wants to maximize profit. Economists tell us that profit is maximized when marginal revenue equal marginal cost. At this point, profit is maximized. And what is marginal revenue? What is marginal revenue? It's the change in total revenue divided by change in output, change in total product. And what is marginal cost? It is change in total cost divided by change in output also, or total product. So when marginal revenue equal marginal cost, the firm maximizes its profit. In perfect competition, since price never changes, marginal revenue equals price. Just like this. This is the price, and this is the quantity, and this is the demand curve, which equal to price. So price equal demand equal marginal revenue. So the marginal revenue curve is the same as the demand curve, and it's equal to price also. Also equal to average revenue. And what is average revenue? I will show you now. Average revenue equal to total revenue divided by Q, which is total product. Total revenue divided by Q, which is total product. Since price never changes, marginal revenue equals price. Also, average revenue equals price. So, it will be when price equal, which is average revenue, equal marginal revenue, equal marginal cost. This is profit maximization point. Profit maximization point. Okay? Remember one more condition. Marginal cost must be increasing. Otherwise, the firm has not reached maximum profit. Explain simply. Suppose producing one extra unit cost 18. Selling it earns $20. Should the firm produce? Yes, profit increases. Now suppose producing another unit cost exactly $20. Still produce. Now suppose producing another unit cost $25. Should it produce? No, because producing cost more than selling price. Therefore, stop where marginal revenue equal marginal cost. Look here. This is our demand curve, the blue line. This is our demand curve. Start from B1 and goes horizontally, where marginal revenue equal average revenue equal demand equal the price. And we have the marginal cost curve. This is the marginal cost curve, the red one. This is the marginal cost curve, and it touches the, or it meets the price and the marginal revenue and the average revenue at this point here. Let me change the leather color to blue or to green so it will be more clear to you. And at this point, this is the quantity that is maximizes the profit. Q1 is the quantity of output which maximizes profit, where marginal cost equal marginal revenue. And what we observe that there is another line called average cost. Average cost, this is one, average total cost. And we will observe that the cost to produce Q1 is below the price, So it means that we are producing Q1 and we are with a low cost and we are making profit. And the area, the blue, the light blue area from the cost C1 up to price 1 is called the economic profit. The economic profit. And by economic profit, we mean that total revenue minus total cost. And the cost here includes even the opportunity cost. So, look carefully at this graph. The horizontal line represents price, marginal revenue, and average revenue as written besides the blue line. And the upward sloping curve is marginal cost. It's upward sloping curve. Starts from here and upward sloping like this. Let me use the eraser if there is eraser. Don't think there is eraser. And the intersection of marginal revenue at this point at Q1, marginal revenue and marginal cost determines the equilibrium output. It's Q1 at price P1 and cost C1. The quantity gives maximum profit. Whenever you see this graph in the anywhere, always locate where marginal revenue intersects marginal cost. That is the firm's optimal output. From where B1 comes, it comes from the industry or the industry supply and demand curves, where the intersection of the supply that is produced by all firms in the market and the demand by all buyers in the market is situated at B1 and Q1. So this is the price that is taken by the firm in the competitive market to determine the equilibrium quantity, one at the intersection point between marginal revenue and marginal cost. So look at the squares, blue squares underneath the curves. It says that market equilibrium at price B1 and quantity Q1 where S and equal D, supply equal demand. So the firm takes price P1 as given price. That is why we call the firm a price taker. Then they chooses Q where marginal revenue equal marginal cost. Since B1 is larger than average cost at Q1, firms earns economic profit equals to P1 minus C1 multiplied by Q1. Find the laser, no problem. Where is the laser point? Oh, this is the laser. Let me change. So let me show you the normal profit or the break even, and this is our price. This is our Q. Where is this one? Let me do it again. And this is our average cost, and this is our Q1 B1, and where is this? And this is our, no, I want the yellow one, the yellow one. This is our profit. Okay, for this we have, this is for this curve, we have, this is the horizontal line which represents the demand, and we have, this is margin revenue, this is B1, and we have this marginal cost, and this is the intersection point determines how much to produce. This is Q1, but where is the marginal cost? Let me select the green color. This is the average cost, the average cost for producing Q is just equal to the price. So here there is break even. Normal profit occurs when the price is equal to average total cost. This is average cost and this is price, and at producing Q1, average cost is equal to P1 or equal to the price, and here total revenue is equal to total cost. Total revenue is equal to total cost, and so the economic profit is zero here. Why? Because here average total cost is just equal to B1. So the FAMS covers all explicit and implicit cost. Okay, let us come to loss minimization. Occurs when average variable cost is less than price, less than average total cost. Let me do the graph again for you. We have here, this is price and this is quantity, and this is the demand curve or marginal revenue, and we have price that is taken from the industry is B1, and we have, this is our marginal cost. Okay, so the firm is going to produce here. The firm is going to produce Q1. This is Q1. But the problem is that the cost for producing Q1 is here. Average total cost, this is average total cost. It is larger than the price. This is average total cost or average cost. So average variable cost is larger than the price. Price is less than average total cost, average less than average variable cost. Here there is a loss. This is loss. Why? Because to produce Q1, the firm incur cost more than the price they sell it. So here total revenue is less than total cost. Total revenue is less than total cost. If the firm continues producing, because revenue covers all variable cost and part of fixed cost. So because revenue still covers all variable cost and contributes towards fixed cost, continuing production reduces cost. So here the firm has to continue production until it reduces the cost. But if the price is less than average variable cost, like this, This is average variable cost, and this is the price for producing Q1. I mean, for producing Q1, this is Q, this is price, and this is price 1. Here the firm has to shut down. Here the firm has to shut down. Suppose price falls below average variable cost, price is less than average variable cost, now revenue cannot even cover variable cost. If firm should temporarily stop production, loss equals total fixed cost. If price covers variable cost but not fixed cost, should the firm continue? Yes, because some fixed costs are recovered. Let us come to the key equations. The situation: if we have economic profit, price should be larger than average total cost, and the decision for the firm is to continue producing and earn profit. But if price is equal to average total cost, like here, there is normal profit, but the firm continue producing because it reached the break even where total cost equal total revenue. So if the average variable cost is less than price, less than average total cost, there is loss. But the firm has to continue producing to minimize the losses. But if the price is less than average variable cost, the firm has to shut down, stop production temporarily. Let me come to some of the concepts that appeared here, like the total revenue. Total revenue equal to price multiplied by quantity, where profit equal to total revenue minus total cost. Marginal revenue equal price in perfect competition. Profit maximization at the point where marginal revenue equal marginal cost. And short-run equilibrium at price equal marginal revenue equal marginal cost. Let me take an example. Let us solve this example together. If the market price equal $20, marginal cost equal $20 at 100 units. Average total cost equal $16. Average variable cost equal $12. Then output equal 100 units. This is marginal cost. So what is the profit per unit? Is marginal cost minus average total cost equal $4. What is total profit? $4 multiplied by the total amount of units produced. It's $400. So here the price is larger than average total cost. Price is 20 while average total cost is 16. So price is larger than average total cost. Then the firm earns economic profit. Okay. Now I advise my students to review the questions, try to solve it after they study the concepts deeply. At the end, today we learned perfect competition is an ideal market. Firms are price takers. Products are identical. There is free entry and exit. Firms maximize profit where marginal revenue equal marginal cost. 4 possible short-run outcomes are economic profit, normal profit, loss minimization, and shutdown. Final question for students. Imagine you own a wheat farm. If the market price suddenly drops below average variable cost, would you continue producing and why? Think carefully using today's concepts. In our next lecture, we will study long-run equilibrium under perfect competition, where firms can enter or exit the market and economic profits disappears in the long run. Thank you and I will meet you in the next lecture.